So matrices that represent the solution of a system are in what's called a reduced row echelon form. That's what we saw yesterday. That's that form that goes the 1, 0, 0A, 0, 1, 0B, and then 0, 0, 1C. Okay, so with the three variable system, we want to get our matrix to get into this form, and the calculator again is going to do that for us. Many calculators have, this is the button we're going to look for, RREF for the reduced row echelon form. This function will do all the row operations for you. You can use the RREF to solve a system of equations. So the only thing that we need to do is take the system, write down the matrix. So that's 2, 3, -1, 1, -4, 9, 2, 8, and then -2. There's no B term, so that'd be a 0 there. We always need a placeholder, 2, and then 3. And then just remember that this column is our A, this column's the B, this column is C, and then these are like the answers. Really our main task is to figure out the values of A, B, and C. And so now this is where we need the calculator. Now, anytime I do calculator stuff, it's going to happen where I'm going to do my best to go slow. I'm going to do my best to explain every button, show you where those buttons are located. Do your best to follow along with me if you get behind. Okay, at some point, just call me over. I'll come help you. But if you ask your neighbor, like, hey, what button do I press here? Then your neighbor gets behind too, and then we're all kind of in different places. So do your best to listen. It's not a lot of buttons we need to press, but this can always be a little hard to follow along with what I'm doing here. So the first thing we're going to look for is there's a button that says matrix. That is the second option of this x to the power of -1. So if you look above the x squared and above the x to the -1, matrix is written there in blue. To bring that button up, we have to press second, and then it'll give us a list of all the matrices that are already. What we do is we need to edit one of our matrices to match what we just made. So we're going to go over, so right arrow key to edit. And again, I'll do those steps one last time. So I started by pressing the second button, and then the x to the -1. Matrix is written right above that. And then we have to arrow over to edit, and we'll just edit the matrix A. Your calculator might have something in there already. Doesn't matter if it does. We'll just press enter. And we need this to be, remember that when we write a matrix, it's the number of rows times the number of columns. So this needs to be 3, then press enter, then 4, enter. Okay, and that'll change the dimensions. So if we are solving a 2-variable system, we would need a 3 by, or a 2 by 3, or excuse me, a 3 by 3. Okay, but for here we need a 3 by 4. And then we'll just enter in the matrix exactly as we see it. So each number, then press enter. So 2, enter, 3, enter, -1, enter, 1, -4, 9, 2, 8, -2, 0, 2, 3. Always worth double checking there, because if you even just miss a sign, the answer it's going to spit out to you is not the correct answer. So just double check that if you do end up using this. And I'll at least say, even though this isn't going to be part of your test, if you have a graphing calculator, you can check your work with this. I'm absolutely okay with you all doing that. You're still going to need to show work, but if you're solving a system with 3 variables, you can at least know what the answers are and then make sure your work matches to get there. Okay, so now we're going to actually go back to the home screen. And there's lots of ways to get back to the home screen. I'm trained to use this quit button, which is right next to the second. It's above mode. So I always hit second mode just to quit. It always, if you're ever in a weird window, that's just a good way to get back to that home screen. And then we're going to actually click the matrix button again. So second matrix. This time we're going to hit the right arrow key to go over to math. And we're going to scroll down until we find that button that has the RREF. So scroll down. For me, it is option B. Depending on which calculator you have, some of the older models, it might be a different option. But after you find the RREF, go ahead and press enter. Does anybody need help finding that button real quick? Now that we have the RREF button in our calculator window, now we just need to bring in the matrix that we've already edited. So we go back to the matrix window. So second, x to the negative 1. And the names, that's how we're able to pull in the actual matrix we want to work with. So we are trying to run a reduced row echelon form for matrix A. That's the first option. So I'm going to press enter. Has matrix A already ready. We'll press enter. And there is our answer in reduced row echelon form. Let's jot that down on our paper and interpret what it means. So we have 1, 0, 0, 0.5, 0, 1, 0, 0.667, and then 0, 0, 1, 2. Okay, if you got something different, that likely means you didn't put in the matrix correctly to start. I would double check some of those values. Okay, and again, I'll come help because this is the only thing we're doing today. So if this did not work out correctly, call me over and I'll come help you. All right, so remember, the first column was our A. So this is 1A plus 0B plus 0C equals 0.5. Well, all the zeros, they don't matter. Okay, right? 0 times whatever the values of B and C are end up just being 0 anyways. So this gives us our A value of 0.5. Then we have 0A plus 1B plus 0C equals 0.667. Well, again, the zeros don't matter, so this is giving us that B is 0.667. And then we have 0A plus 0B plus 1C equals 2, meaning C is equal to 2. And that is our entire solution. Okay, that is really the only thing I wanted to show us. You now, using the graphing calculators, can finish the rest of the assignment. So on the assignment from last time,